Hello guys, I welcome you once again to my session where I discuss issues around immigration, travel, and life abroad, interview tips, scholarships, and many more. If this is your first time of coming across my video, uh, do well by clicking the like button, sharing, and commenting your experience. And for those who are already my subscribers and followers, I thank you for always coming back to engage with my contents. I'll be talking about how you can answer the question, what are your salary expectations in an interview? So basically, one of the very first thing you must realize is this question could be asked because the interviewer is actually impressed with your performance, and they are already seeing you as somebody they want to hire. Another reason why this question might be asked is if they want to use it as a screening yardstick. If, for example, an interviewer has got a lot of candidates and they are trying to get out, they want to screen out some of the candidates, so they might also want to use that. So depending on the time when this question is asked, that is what determines why that question is being asked. So if your interviewer is asking you that question in the first few minutes of your interview, so it might be that it might be a trick, to screen you out of that interview. So one of the mistakes you don't want to do is to name a number. So the diplomatic way you can actually go about answering that question is to say that if that question is asked in the first stage of your interview, is to say, oh, I have actually not got much of the details about the jobs and all that, so I would like to know much more about the details of the job and all that, so that will give me opportunity to be able to say the salary expectation. So if it was a question that was put to you in the first few minutes of that interview, they might want to prompt you further to name a number. Then you will say that I want to believe that this position or this role is an approved role, and it will be and a salary range would have been approved for that role. So if I could know the salary range for this role, this will also guide me to be able to tell my salary expectation. So this is a way you can actually go about trying to avoid naming a number, because if you name a number, it might actually be a good one and it might be a bad one. So you don't want to put yourself in that trap, and that's why even when you are going to eventually say some number, this should be that you have actually made research about that position and the role, and you know exactly what it is, the salary range for that role is. So you are guided on saying a number, and you don't want to actually say a number precisely. You want to name a range. You can say between 20,000 to 30,000 dollar a year, or depending on what role it is. So you want to make sure that even before going for your interview, you have an idea of what the salary range is for that job, and you want to be modest in even naming a range. And if you want to also name a range, you want to actually try to make sure that your range is wide enough, so you are not because if that question is asked in the early stage, that might be very, very tricky. And that's why you have to allow your range to be a wide one so that you can be accommodated in that range. So you try as much as possible not to name a number, and that is very important. So another thing you try to do is to consider the financial capability of the company. Is it a startup company? Is it a well-established company? You know, you must have actually gone through some of the researches about the company, how they pay their staff, and all that, and know much about your role. What are the expectations? So you try as much as possible to understand this, know this, even before going for your interview. This will be a guide as to answering that question. What are your salary expectations? So this is what you do. You try as much as possible to ask the employer or the interviewer to, you know, tell you the range of salary that has been approved for the job. And you know, so if that is actually given to you, then you can now answer. Because you know, giving a number that is way too high than what the salary range for the company is might actually be a disaster to for you, you know, to fail that interview. So you want to be very at you want to try and be diplomatic in answering that question. You try to ask question. When that question is asked, you want to also ask that what are the range that has been approved for that role. You know, that is what you do. That is how you go about it. Not saying that, oh, I'm expecting $4,000 in a year, or you know, or you just don't want to name a number. You know, so that is what you do. I would stop the video here. I want to believe that this will be beneficial to somebody out there. You can comment in the put in the comment box your experience in, you know, answering this question, and how you actually went about it and became successful in your previous interview. And do us well to also like this video and share. Somebody out there might be in the need of that information in the video. Thank you very much.